and self-pride millionaire who lost his fiancée to another man. Just to avoid showing his weakness, he then decided to carry out a plan that would shock everyone. Alexander Drake was a multi-millionaire accustomed to having the world at his feet. One very good day he was at his mansion staring at a wedding invitation from his ex, Isabella, who is getting married to another man. The pain of loss was immense, but as always, Alexander refused to show any weakness as he summoned strength. He needed a plan to show everyone, especially Isabella, that he didn't care. Suddenly, he noticed Luna, his maid, who was organizing things in the room. Luna was young, beautiful, and had a genuine air and balance that could work perfectly for his plan. "Luna, come over here," he said in a command tone. Luna hesitated but put down what she was doing and approached. "Do you need something, Mr. Drake?" she asked as polite as ever. "Yes, I want you to accompany me to an event. It's personal." The proposal sounded absurd. Luna looked at him with a mix of surprise and confusion. "Mr. Drake, I'm your maid, not an escort." Alexander let out a brief laugh as if her reaction was predictable. "I'm not asking, Luna. I'm offering an opportunity. You'll be well paid for this. All you need to do is accompany me, look stunning, and engage in minimal conversation." Luna felt a lump in her throat. As offensive as the idea was, the amount Alexander suggested was irresistible. Having worked for him for almost 2 years, she knew how to handle his authoritative manner but never expected something like this. She thought about her accumulating bills and the course she wanted to start. "Why me?" she dared to ask. Alexander gave her a direct look. "Because you're simple, discreet, and," he hesitated for a moment, "different from everyone who will be there." The answer sounded like an insult masked as a compliment, but Luna swallowed her pride. "All right, I'll do it," she said after a pause. "But just for one night." Alexander smiled, satisfied. "Excellent. We have a lot of work to do." As Luna left the room, a doubt filled her mind. What consequences would come from accepting this deal with such an unpredictable man? The next morning, Luna barely had time to process what she had agreed to. Alexander had already taken control of the situation. A luxury car arrived at her door to pick her up, taking her directly to a sophisticated boutique in the city center. As soon as she entered, she was greeted by a stylist who seemed as intimidating as Alexander. "Miss Luna, we're going to transform you," announced the woman with a critical look as attendants brought dresses, shoes, and accessories. Luna felt like she was on a transformation reality show. Each piece chosen seemed a reminder of how distant Alexander's world was from hers. She tried to refuse the high heels she could barely balance on but was ignored. Alexander arrived shortly after, analyzing everything with a critical eye. "She needs to look sophisticated but not artificial," he declared while the stylist nodded. Luna crossed her arms, uncomfortable. "Maybe I could choose something that makes me feel comfortable." "Comfortable?" Alexander let out a short laugh. "This isn't about comfort, Luna. It's about impressing." The response made her blood boil, but Luna knew there was no point in arguing. Accepting this deal meant playing by his rules, at least for now. After hours of adjustments and trials, Alexander finally approved an elegant black dress that highlighted Luna's natural beauty. She looked at herself in the mirror and barely recognized the woman reflected. For a brief moment, she felt powerful. "Now this is it," Alexander said, examining her as if she were a completed work of art. "All this seems a bit exaggerated," Luna commented, hesitant. Alexander turned to her, eyes fixed. "Isabella can't have any doubt that you are my choice." The name of the ex-fiancé hung in the air as a silent reminder of the reason for all this. The next day, Alexander hired an etiquette specialist to train Luna to act like someone from high society. The training was intense, covering everything from table manners to conversational skills. Luna found herself overwhelmed but determined to succeed. She practiced walking gracefully in high heels, learned to distinguish between different types of cutlery, and even mastered the art of small talk. As the day of the event approached, Luna's transformation was nearly complete. Alexander watched her progress with a mix of satisfaction and anticipation. He knew that his plan was risky, but he was confident that it would work. The night of the event arrived, and Luna stepped out of the car, looking every bit the part of a sophisticated socialite. Alexander offered her his arm, and together they walked into the grand ballroom. The room was filled with the elite of society, and all eyes turned to them as they entered. Alexander held his head high, and Luna followed suit, her nerves hidden behind a mask of confidence. They mingled with the guests, and Luna's training paid off as she navigated conversations with ease. Isabella was there, of course, and her eyes widened in surprise when she saw Alexander with Luna. The plan was working. Alexander felt a surge of triumph as he saw the doubt flicker in Isabella's eyes. He had succeeded in showing her that he had moved on, but as the night wore on, Luna began to feel the strain of maintaining the facade. She realized that she was more than just a pawn in Alexander's game. She had her own dreams and aspirations, and she didn't want to be defined by this one night. As the event drew to a close, Luna made a decision. She would take the money Alexander had promised and use it to build a better future for herself. When they returned to Alexander's mansion, Luna handed him the dress and accessories. "Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Drake," she said, "but I won't be needing these anymore." Alexander looked at her, surprised. "Are you sure, Luna? You did an excellent job tonight, I'm sure," she replied. "I have my own plans now." Alexander watched as Luna walked away, a newfound respect for her growing in his heart. He realized that in trying to prove something to Isabella, he had underestimated Luna's strength and determination. As he stood alone in the grand hallway, Alexander couldn't help but feel a sense of loss, but also a glimmer of hope. Perhaps, in the end, they had both gained something valuable from this experience. As Luna walked away from Alexander's mansion, she felt a mix of relief and determination. She had taken control of her destiny, and now it was time to focus on her own dreams. With the money she had earned, Luna enrolled in a business course she had always wanted to take. She was determined to build a future where she could be independent and successful on her own terms. Meanwhile, Alexander found himself reflecting on the events of the past few days. He realized that his plan to show off in front of Isabella had been driven by pride and ego. Watching Luna walk away with such confidence made him question his own actions and motivations. He admired her strength and resolve, and it made him think about what truly mattered in life. A few weeks later, Alexander received an invitation to a charity gala. He decided to attend, hoping to clear his mind and perhaps find some inspiration. As he mingled with the guests, he was surprised to see Luna there, looking radiant and confident. She was speaking with a group of influential businesspeople, clearly holding her own in the conversation. Alexander approached her, a genuine smile on his face. "Luna, it's good to see you. You look amazing." Luna turned to him, her eyes sparkling with confidence. "Thank you, Mr. Drake. It's good to see you too." They spent the evening talking, and Alexander found himself genuinely interested in Luna's plans and aspirations. She told him about her business course and her dreams of starting her own company. Alexander was impressed by her determination and offered his support. "If you ever need any advice or help, don't hesitate to reach out," he said sincerely. "I believe in your potential, Luna." Luna smiled, appreciating his offer. "Thank you, Mr. Drake. I will keep that in mind." As the night came to an end, Alexander realized that he had found something far more valuable than proving a point to his ex-fiancée. He had found a new sense of purpose and a genuine connection with someone who inspired him. He knew that his journey was just beginning, and he was excited to see where it would lead. Luna, on the other hand, felt empowered and ready to take on the world. She had learned that she was capable of much more than she had ever imagined, and she was determined to make her dreams a reality. With Alexander's support and her own unwavering determination, she knew that the future held endless possibilities. And so, both Alexander and Luna embarked on new paths, their lives forever changed by the events that had brought them together. They had both learned valuable lessons about strength, determination, and the importance of following one's dreams. And in the end, they found that true success was not about proving something to others, but about finding happiness and fulfillment within themselves. Over the next few months, Luna threw herself into her studies and began laying the groundwork for her business. She was passionate about sustainable fashion and wanted to create a brand that combined elegance with environmental responsibility. Her hard work and dedication started to pay off as she gained recognition for her innovative ideas. Together, they made a positive impact on the world, driven by their shared values and determination. And so, Luna and Alexander's lives were forever intertwined, not by a plan to prove something to others, but by a genuine connection and a commitment to making a difference. They had both learned that true success was not about wealth or status, but about following one's passion and supporting those who inspire you.